You're plugged into Schaumburg Speaks, a podcast highlighting and celebrating local businesses and community in the Schaumburg area.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Schaumburg Speaks, the podcast where we highlight the people, businesses, and ideas shaping our local business community. I'm Andrea Biwer, president of the Schaumburg Business Association, and today we're talking about something that really touches every business, health insurance and employee benefits. But we're going to look at it a little differently. Instead of thinking about it as a cost, we're going to talk about how benefits can actually be used as a strategy to help your business grow, attract, and keep great employees, and also stay strong in today's market. I'm really excited about this conversation because joining me today is someone I've had the pleasure of working with over the past 4 years, Michael, and I gotta help me pronounce your last name. Telesky, Vice President of Sales of UnitedHealthcare. Mike brings so much insight to this space, and I've learned personally how he helps businesses simplify what can really feel complicated. So Mike, welcome to Schaumburg Speaks, and thank you for coming all the way from the city here to talk with us today.
Great. Thanks so much for having me here. Excited to be here and having a great conversation about insurance and strategies around employee benefits today.
I mean, something that every business I know that's part of our association asks questions every day. So first off, let our viewers get to know you a little bit. How did you get into the benefit UnitedHealthcare industry?
Yeah, sure thing. So I'm coming up on 20 years with UnitedHealthcare.
20 years.
20 years, yeah. It's been a
You
great
must
journey.
have good benefits.
So, I do have great benefits, but we love to offer great benefits as well.
Yes.
So it keeps me here because of the value we bring to our customers and our members in the marketplace. But there's always a joke in the industry that nobody ever plans to get into the insurance industry. So I follow along those lines. I was in the military and I got out.
And what branch did you serve
in the Army from 90 to 94.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you so much. And I just started working in a call center after I got out, and that call center became a call center for another large national insurance carrier, and I loved what I did. I loved serving people. I loved solving the challenges of health insurance, and that led me to Chicago with another large insurance carrier, and then on to UnitedHealthcare. So
that's great.
I love working here with the great people.
So what made you stay in the industry for 20 whole years? Do you have specific stories of how you've helped people or your
absolutely.
team? All of the above.
I mean, it's first and foremost always about the people. It's the people that you work with. It's the people that you serve every single day. I love a challenge, and that came out of my time in the military. And creating affordability and cost savings and improving the member experience is a challenge every single day because our industry is constantly changing, and there's high cost pressures being put on everybody. So that keeps me coming back. I love a challenge, and it's something different every single day. So I enjoy it.
So right now, we hear a lot from businesses, as you know, everybody hears that the rising health insurance costs is a problem. What are you hearing firsthand? Being in the business for that long, I'm sure you've seen it change, and what are you hearing now?
Yeah, absolutely. So costs continue to go up. I think everybody's seen, high trend. Trend is the amount that medical costs seems to be increasing year over year, and that has reached double digits now for the first time that any of us have seen in the past. And that's really unsustainable if you're doing the same thing over and over again. So what we're seeing is being creative, being innovative, looking at alternative funding options that has really been a driving force in creating both affordability, but also improving the plan that's offered to employees and members of a group.
So why has health insurance become, again, it's such a high cost when it comes to being president of this association. I know we don't have that many employees on it, but I know that's all I hear about. Why is the cost continuing to rise, and what are you seeing right now?
Yeah, there's so much driving high cost. Obviously, we're in an inflationary period that I think is affecting everything. And the underlying health insurance, health care costs are not immune to inflationary pressures. You've got very large catastrophic claims that are driving high costs.
So that's
you have gene therapy drugs that are just an amazing, innovative way to solve conditions, but they do come with a very, very high price tag that has to be covered, and that price is borne by everybody in health insurance. So that is driving up costs as well. So a lot of different factors that are just creating some headwinds and costs for everybody.
So what approach could employers do to help them with this rising cost? What could they do differently?
Yeah, absolutely. And you nailed it right there. Do something different. So probably what we've seen in the past is, I know the easy button is just to renew with your current plan every year.
It's very easy.
Right? It's very easy to do that.
And I can see how you fall in that rut.
Even with costs going up, if the costs are 5, 10, 15, 20% sometimes. But where we've seen a lot of success is to look at alternative funding options, and we'll talk maybe a little bit more about level funding. But that brings flexibility, customization, and potential surplus share to small businesses that in the past only very large groups could take advantage of. So we've seen a lot of small businesses really exploring the level funded solutions that are out there, alternative funding.
Okay. For those that may not know, what is level funded insurance?
So level funding.
Level funding.
Yeah, level
Thank
funding
you.
or level funded.
Yeah.
Either way, it's an alternative funding mechanism, primarily for small businesses, that allows you to have the protection of stop loss insurance. So it looks and acts like a very budgetable, predictable premium. But you can share in the overall health and wellness and good experience of your own employee population. So there's a potential surplus refund. It is also not subject to some state insurance premium tax. So there's some savings that come with that. And we've seen some groups in small business save up to 39%, including a 5% exclusive discount for members of the chamber as well.
Yes, we know that. So you explained about what level funding is. I've also heard the buzzword about a mineral program. Could you explain what that is? Is it part of the level funded? What is it?
Yeah, it absolutely is. So this is a great resource for small businesses. So Mineral is HR compliance support services. So if you think of employee benefit guides, compliance information, Mineral provides that support to small businesses, and it comes with every one of the level funded chamber programs. So if you're a member of the level funded chamber program, you have access to Mineral, and you have that full support services, things that a very large company would typically have in-house. Now small businesses have access
would
to,
not know.
all included at no cost through the level funded chamber program. It's a really nice value add for small businesses.
That's a huge value. That's great.
Yes.
So for those that are members of the chamber, we talked about a level funding. Could you explain that program and how would they get involved? How does it all work?
Absolutely. So first and foremost, you could small business group could talk to their current insurance broker.
And what do you
or
consider
consultant.
small business?
Anything under 100 employees
Okay.
Would be eligible for the program, and it'd be a good fit for level funding if you're currently fully insured. It's something you could request at renewal if somebody is currently covered
Do you
through
have to wait?
UnitedHealthcare.
Could they do it now?
If you're not covered with us
out?
today, you could look at it right now. You could request a quote and see it mid-year and just take a look. One big difference between fully insured and level funding is that it is an underwritten product. So you go through an underwriting process to evaluate if you would be a good fit for level funding. Not all groups are a good fit. Some are a right fit for fully insured, but maybe next year a good fit for level funding. But your broker could request a quote from us, and we'd be happy to turn one around, or we could connect you with a good broker at uhc.com/Schaumburg to be connected through the chamber program.
Yeah. So not to quote you on this, because in general, what is considered a good fit for a level funding program?
Good fit on level funding is typically having a very good risk that year. So every group ebbs and flows, sometimes a high claim year, and that's probably a good year to stay fully insured, where we as insurance carrier hold all the risk. And if it's a good year, lower claims that year, it's a good year to be level funded, where you could benefit from receiving a portion of your premium back in a surplus. And we see about 30% of our groups receiving a surplus back at the end of the year. So it could be a really nice way to benefit from the health and wellness of your own population.
So we all know that renewal time is around that December 1st mark. What are some of the things that you've seen that companies do wrong? What could they do right?
Yeah, I definitely.
Because I know we always wait till the last minute, and it seems like it's
better,
1 week before, and then we're like, oh God, it's renewing. So I know that's wrong. But what else?
Definitely, we talked about doing something different. So request your broker to go out and look at the alternative funding options first and foremost, but also do it early. So it's best to have plenty of time. So
what time of year?
Early, you can go out to market, go out to bid, as some folks call it, 60, 90 days ahead of your renewal date is an optimal amount of time to gather all of your information. If you're going through underwriting, there's different ways to underwrite a group, allow that process to occur, then plenty of time to communicate the changes to your employees and their family members, and for them to get installed into the systems. Everybody, we always want folks to have ID cards well before the effective date so they can update their providers, their pharmacies with their new information.
Right. So I'm a member of the chamber, a new member of the chamber, hypothetically. What's the process? They find out like through our new member orientation, which we do quarterly, and we talk about this. And what's the process? Could they call UnitedHealthcare directly, or do they have to work with a broker, or how does that work?
Yeah, we'd love for them to work with their current broker or
So
another
they can.
broker that's part of
Okay.
the chamber. Absolutely. I'm happy to answer any questions and can share my contact information as well. Or we have that dedicated website, uhc.com/Schaumburg, has a contact form, and if they fill that out, just a couple bits of information, we'll make sure that somebody gets in touch with them to provide them a quote or get the information to run a quote.
And that's so great, because as a Chamber of Commerce, we have many people that sell insurance and many people that have wonderful relationships with their insurance provider. So the fact that they could still work with that person,
Absolutely.
more than likely, they could still always get a quote to be part of this program, and that savings,
Yeah,
an additional
absolutely.
5%.
Yeah, as long as their broker is appointed with UnitedHealthcare, they have access to the program and are able to get a quote for them.
So moving on, as far as retention, the biggest thing that we're hearing now, especially for our mid-size employers, but when I say mid-size employers, I'm thinking the 50
Sure.
and people on up, they have a hard time retaining talent. Why is it so important for companies like this to have a good insurance package? I mean, we know the obvious,
Yeah.
but could you state some of the not so obvious, how this could help them with their retention?
Yeah, absolutely. We know that the labor market is very competitive. It's a tight labor market. So keeping your top talent is incredibly important. I just saw a study that was done recently that showed 48% of people are looking at alternative jobs because of unsatisfaction with their employee benefits package,
Yeah, 'cause
or
it's so
confusion with the package
expensive,
too.
right.
So the cost, or being underinsured, so if the very, very high deductible plans. So making sure that you have a variety of plans as well being offered will make sure that suits the needs of a broad population within a group too. So that's really important. But
So it's-
retention
yeah.
is key for having a very robust benefits package.
I know for places that I worked in the past, it used to be like, hey, this is the program and that's it, even though we're going with this because we know how much money. So that's changing. Is there any other trends that you're seeing? That I know companies are offering more options and more different expensive options, but
Yeah,
any other-
absolutely. You have a wide variety of options. It's a really nice thing about a level funded program is you can offer a number of different options, from very, very rich benefits, copay only plans. We've got a great tiered benefit offering through a provider partner here in the marketplace. So a lot of options that will fit the needs of the employee population. So
That's great.
they're comfortable going with a specific provider. There's likely a product offering that allows them to do that at a very affordable premium for them. Another thing we've seen and a trend is packaging the specialty lines as well. So
Dental,
we know
like,
dental,
yeah,
vision, life
okay.
disability, and even voluntary benefits like critical illness, accident, and hospital indemnity. We know that a member's health is driven holistically. So
Right.
vision is integrated with health, dental is integrated with health as well. It helps drive down lower trends and improve a member's
more
health.
productivity
Yep.
in
Yes.
the workplace.
Yes,
so it's smart to
absolutely.
do that.
Yep.
Okay. So let's talk about what businesses can actually do. What are some practical ways employers can start getting better control over their costs before they could switch over and all of that? Is there any additional suggestions that you have for them to help with all of this?
Absolutely. I think a really good, robust wellness program. So whether that's offered through your current carrier or through a third-party solution that's in the marketplace through your insurance broker, or even something that's grassroots built within the organization, you really want to have your employees, their family members engaged in their health.
And working
so
and-
that's
and
really
mental and
important.
physical,
Mental,
too,
physical,
right?
and financial health as well. So that's incredibly important. So a really good, robust wellness program. There's a lot of programs under health insurance carriers, including UnitedHealthcare, that will help with that. And so I'd start there. If you have not engaged with your wellness programs and financial wellness programs, I would start with that
Okay.
first and foremost. And then long term, if you get into a program that has access to experience reporting, you could see the outcomes of those programs and know what's working or not working and what to adjust or to bring in. So level funding is great because it does offer experience for groups all the way down to small businesses.
Yeah. So we're hearing all about AI now and technology and all that interesting things.
It's the buzzword right now.
It's the
Absolutely.
buzzword, but it is exciting.
Yeah.
So how has that changed your industry?
I mean, we're not really here. We're AI,
I know we,
right?
we
So
are
this is,
AI
I'm
bots.
not sure if
We
everybody
are.
knows that.
We
so.
are. So yeah, is it changing or is it still basically the same?
Oh, it's absolutely changing. I know that we had just announced that we're investing $1.5 billion into artificial intelligence, but we're being very, very thoughtful and considerate. The human is always at the center of any decisions
But
that are made.
how is artificial intelligence? So obviously it could help your employees, like if they're doing quotes and things like that, or letters, or.
Yep.
But how is that impacting the insurance industry?
So I've got a great example of that. So we have our AI that has just been rolled out to our members on our customer service portal and platform, and through the toll-free number is called Avery.
Okay.
And Avery also assists our customer service advocates. So when they're on the phone with one of our members,
Rather than waiting,
Avery is helping them. So I can give an example that I'd seen recently where someone was transitioning to UnitedHealthcare. Their current provider was not in network yet, and we were in the process of going through a transition of care plan that allows a member to continue to see that provider until we can work with them to bring them into the network. Avery noticed that a claim had already been filed that was processed as out of network and flagged that for the representative to have it reprocessed as soon as we were able to bring that provider in and have them contracted. This all happened while the customer service advocate was talking to the member, so they didn't have to stop and look into that at all. It was right there, and they let the member know that they saw that, and we're going to have that claim adjusted as soon as that provider's contract was updated and in the system. And then it summarizes everything for the member and sends them a summary of everything that was talked about on the call as well. So it's really helping our members be more efficient and be better member advocates for our members when they call in.
It's amazing. I have a bad story that I had to be on hold with a different carrier, not through UnitedHealthcare, for such a long time. And depending on who we talked to, we got different wrong advice.
Right.
Very frustrating. So the fact that you guys are using AI in a non-scary way, in a way that helpful and consolidated and was able to solve a problem, I think is so important. So you've been members of the Schaumburg Business Association for almost a year now, and members of other chambers of commerce as well, and with the Illinois State program. How has that helped UnitedHealthcare being part of an association like this, or being part of, how has that helped UnitedHealthcare and vice versa? I know how it's helped our members, but
this relationship, particularly with the Schaumburg Business Association and the Illinois State Chamber, just allows us to connect with our member businesses and the members out in the marketplace. The events are fantastic. The network events are fantastic. The opportunity to be there, hear from our members one-on-one, be out in the field, I think that has been one of the greatest things, is to be out there. So we want to know. And
we did not pay him for that.
No, that's just coming unsolicited.
Yeah.
We want to meet our members where they are. And so by being out with them at the events, talking with business owners, we know the challenges that they're facing, and then we can go back and work on solutions to help solve those challenges. So we love that opportunity to be out in the marketplace. So we appreciate that partnership for sure.
Well, I have to say it's mutual. We appreciate the fact that we have the vice president, of sales and marketing here in our community, as well as your team, Alexa, Lindsay. I mean, they're all amazing, and you are true partners. And especially when it comes to healthcare, I think it's important that you have partnerships and you trust the people that you're working with. So thank you very much for all that you are doing for our members and the companies, and we just can't wait for this relationship to continue and flourish. So.
As do we. Thank you so much. Feeling is definitely mutual, for sure.
So I'm sure our listeners are chomping at the bit how they could, number one, if they're members of the Schaumburg Chamber, how they could start getting a quote for their companies, or how they could contact. Do you want to give
Absolutely. Would love to plug the website again. And obviously, first and foremost, if you're working with an insurance broker today and they will have access to the program, they'll be able to reach out, provide a quote. You can go to uhc.com/Schaumburg, and there is a quick contact form there as well. Or anyone can reach me, M. Telesky, MTELESKY @uhc.com is my email. And my phone number is 312-453-0633 if anyone needs to call me.
Wow, that's incredible. Or you could go to schaumburgbusiness.com and you could reach out to our many brokers that are part of the chamber, and they could give you a quote. And you could also find UnitedHealthcare information on our website as well, because I know we have a designated area where they could get information. So thank you. I know you're so busy, and I just so appreciate taking part in your day. Now you have to drive back.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's not good. You could stay here.
Well, no, I have to go to IKEA while I'm
Okay,
up
that's
here,
good.
and maybe go over to the mall for a little bit. Yeah, so
IKEA
I'm not rushing
are members,
right back.
and they are awesome members, and you'll have to ask for Zach, who's there, and
Wonderful.
They'll take your money, I'm sure. Woodfield Mall.
Can't leave without meatballs, right?
No, oh my God, cannot. Yeah, so thank you again.
Great, thanks so much.
Great.